I'd like to challenge the orthodoxy that great talent only comes from a select set of four-year colleges and universities. The ways in which we're designing work, the increased flexibility in where work can be performed, and technology that connects employers to candidates means that we can cast a broader net than ever, tapping into underserved communities and creating on-ramps to great jobs and opportunities.
Break down the silos and the hierarchy. So many times silos within an organization are artificial. They're based on business process or org structure, and they get in the way. The formality of the hierarchy can sometimes create information privilege. We need to challenge ourselves to work across teams and within our own teams more fluidly. We need to almost check the badge we are wearing of the team, the org, the function, the title, whatever it is that we believe we belong to, and focus on the problem we're solving and the resulting outcome.
I love the idea of detonating business orthodoxies and challenging the status quo. And there's one right now that I'm pushing myself, I'm pushing our entire organization, and I'm pushing our client executives in the broader business community to detonate. And that's the idea that information, including the most sensitive, complex information, needs to be hoarded by a few. I call this orthodoxy information privilege. The idea that senior executives need to protect that to which they know and be very careful about sharing it with their broader teams. I think we need to blow up that concept in the name of transparency and in the name of trust with your teammates. If I can trust my teammates to deal with and process and then act on all the information about our organization, all the information about how we're performing, then I'm creating an environment where hierarchies get flattened and my entire team feels and acts more empowered on a day-to-day basis. And that is the recipe for culture change.
A business orthodoxy I absolutely dislike are titles, especially in a team setting. Look, titles assume this hierarchy, which infers that someone is more valuable to the conversation than another. And look, my take is to approach every interaction and every team meeting with confidence, with a point of view, and with respect for the contributions of everybody in the group. It doesn't matter if your title is high or low. I think when people do this, you discover that more people will share more great ideas because they are more comfortable, which increases the diversity of perspectives, and honestly, you get a much better result.
So I'd really love to detonate the orthodoxy that we can only measure businesses by their bottom line. I think in this day and age, people value not only bottom line, but so much more around how businesses are creating new markets, about how new businesses are developing and implementing innovative solutions to help drive outcomes in the market, how businesses are impacting our communities and our society for the better. And I think it's important that we measure not only the bottom line, because that's really a current state metric and does not predict the future, but also how are we creating net new? How are we pushing the boundaries? How are we making this world better for all of us?
The traditional orthodoxy that I would like to detonate is the emphasis that so many of our practitioners have around planning promotions and work events and their lives in such a deliberate fashion. I feel that it just adds an additional level of complexity that at times makes aspects of our career within consulting all the more challenging and something that is problematic for people to do for the rest of their careers.
The orthodoxy that I would like to detonate is the increasing reliance that organizations have on the use of something they like to call playbooks. I think the notion of a playbook is of course very appropriate in certain settings, but I think it provides a false sense of security in other settings. I'd like to see organizations pivot much more to what I call an experience inventory, where they understand the problem they were trying to solve, the steps they took to solve the problem, and the outcome they got. I think that'd be far more useful. I think it's something you can maintain much easier, and I think it better addresses some of the agility needs of organizations today.